Hey guys, it's Flynn. Today I want to talk about Bragg Gaming Company, more importantly, the imminent shareholder vote on reverse merger, in order to become compliant with Nasdaq listing requirements. But before I get into that, for those who don't know about Bragg Gaming Group or what they do, they provide business-to-business online gaming solutions worldwide. They offer turnkey solutions for retail, online, and mobile gaming platforms, as well as a casino content aggregator for sportsbooks, lottery, marketing, and operational services. They're headquartered in Toronto, Canada. Now, essentially, from what I understand about Bragg's business model and what they do, is they're essentially the inner workings and mechanics of a gambling operation or for like an online website or online presence. So, depending on their level of involvement, this could vary considerably. They can be, they can do a very small facet like watching, let's just say, one side, like the marketing services, or they could cover the entire scope. Now, this could vary quite considerably between 2 and 20% of their revenue. Now, 2 to 20% of their revenue is one thing that I'd like to highlight for two reasons. Now, the first thing is taking off the revenue, that leaves a much larger slice for Bragg to take profits because always the number is larger of the revenue than the profits because you have to take revenue minus expenses to find the profits. And this doesn't only one sidedly benefit Bragg, but in terms of a tax liability, in a tax scenario, it also benefits the companies that they're working for because they're able to pay with revenue. They're able to write off those expenses, which creates a win-win situation for both companies. Now, with that being said, the reason why we're having this video is to talk about the shareholder vote at the end of April to conduct a reverse split of 15 to 1. Now, the reason management sees the need for a reverse split is to get the share price in compliance with Nasdaq trading requirements. Now, what this means is Nasdaq requires shares of securities to maintain a certain price or to have at least a minimum price to uplist at least. Now, I'm pretty sure for Bragg, I think it's $3 at least or 5, but it's no lower than 3 and 3 or 5, and in this case they want to do a 15 to 1, which will bring them within the Nasdaq listing requirements, and this is the last requirement that Bragg needs to fulfill for them to uplist. So this is the only thing that's holding them back essentially. So the benefits to what this uplisting will do is this will allow Bragg to be on larger exchanges and have access to larger capital markets. This will help them in fundraising round, raising more money for the company if they see that necessary. This will also allow companies to be covered more. Once they're on the NASDAQ, they tend to have more analyst coverage, which tends to create more coverage for audiences and then creates more investor sentiment, chatter, and just releases a snowball effect from there, as we've seen from other stocks before. Now, one thing I want to talk about the reverse split that it might scare some people. Now, essentially what a reverse split is the shares are combining together. They are going to keep the same value, but they're going to just represent different numbers in a sense. So imagine if you have 10 single dollars and you have two $5 bills. Now, you can either have the 10 single dollars or the two fives. They're both $10, however you put it. You know, you take a $5 bill, you take the two fives, that's always 10, and you have 10 singles, that's 10. There's no way to cut it. You either have two shares of 5 or 10 singles of 1. It doesn't really matter. It's all equals to 10. So, this wasn't really necessarily a bad thing for the company. Now, we might see some downward pressure and some selling pressure in the short term as we've seen, but this is definitely something good for the long-term success of the company. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but personally I've deemed it a good enough opportunity that I personally hold over 2,000 shares as of the making of this video, and I first started buying shares below $1. Now, again, do your own research, but so far I see nothing but expansion opportunities from this company and growing opportunities in the share price and for the company. But again, do your own research. But if you guys would like me to do a more in-depth video on Bragg, let me know in the comments below. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.